Right, happy Friday, everyone. It is a lovely day outside. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Yeah, weather's looking like it's getting nice again. So the news has just dropped. It is on all my socials and stuff now. So I thought I'd make a little video about my next fight. So the next fight is going to be July the 12th. It's going to be at the Connection Live Arena in Hull. And it is going to be bare knuckle, but it's going to be under MMA rules. So the event it's going to be on is Bad to the Bone. So if you're into watching bare knuckle, you know that Bad to the Bone is one of the top shows in the UK. Obviously, you've got the BKFC where I've just fought, but they are a promotion that just promotes bare knuckle boxing. Saying that, they did promote a bare knuckle Thai fight between Sanchai and Bukaw in Thailand. So, but I did ask the question about fighting, bare knuckle MMA rules, and it was knocked back. So, but Bad to the Bone, very good show in the UK. Always putting on a great show. So, they've agreed to host this fight. And it's going to be in Hull, which is very, very close to me. Hull's like, 45 minutes away from where I live in Doncaster. So it's ideal, really. It's ideal. It's going to be... I'm already getting messages from loads of people. It's going to be some crazy support for this one. And rightly so, because it's a bit of a mad fight. So I'll be fighting David Round. So if you don't know who David Round is, he's been around the block. And he's been involved in MMA as long as I have. He's been at it for, the best part of 20 years. He's actually had... So, on the BKFC, that was my 108th fight. So, this fight coming up will be his 95th. So, he's had 94 fights. I've had 108. So, 200 fights between us. A lot of experience there. Like I say, he was involved in MMA. He's had a lot of MMA fights. He's not actually fought MMA for quite a while, I believe. But he was around doing MMA back in the day. And we was always... He's fought at welterweight. I think he's fought at heavyweight, to be fair. He's fought at heavyweight. He did an heavyweight K1 tournament, got to the final. Pretty sure he weighed in with weights in his pockets as well, which is pretty funny. So... Apologies, I'm very nasal today. I've got a nice black eye. Nose is a bit sore. Face is sore. I've got nice bruising starting to come out of my ribs there. Ribs are really sore. I was hoping to be back training, but very sore. Hands have gone down loads. You can actually see my knuckles now. But very sore in here, look. In between. But no breaks. All good. David Round, he's a nutter. He is crazy. So I remember years ago posting about, who'd have a Vale Tudo fight or whatever. Vale Tudo being the name of the original sort of rule set. So if you watch UFC 1, that is what we consider Vale Tudo. So bare knuckle MMA, limited rules. So, that's... Well, I've got it tattooed on my hands. So I'd put a post about it years ago, and Roundy had commented on it saying, I'm game for that. So that was always in the back of my mind. We've always been a similar weight. Like I say, he's fought at heavyweight. I've actually fought heavyweight. So in terms of experience, like I say, nearly 100 fights. We've got similar experience. I think he has fought at lightweight. He may or may not have, but he's definitely fought at welter, middle, light heavy and heavy, which are the 4 categories that I've actually fought at as well. I fought in all those categories. So, weight-wise, experience-wise, we match up. In terms of his sort of style in MMA, and a lot of people don't realise this, and I've seen posts talking about, like, the top... The people in the UK with the most amount of knockouts, and I see his name not on these lists. And I always message the people who post these lists and say, don't forget about David Round, because I can't remember the exact numbers, I'll have to check. But I know for a fact there's a website called Fight Matrix, and they used to show all different kinds of stats. And one of the stats on there, it showed you the highest, which fighters in the world had the highest knockout ratio. And up until very recently, David Round was in the top 10 for fighters with wins by TKO or KO in terms of percentages. So I think he's like 90% of his wins are by TKO or KO. And he was up there. I think he's just come out of the top 10 now, when I last checked. But yeah, he was rated in the top 10 in the world for the knockout ratio with his wins. So yeah, he is. That's his style. He's a striker. You know, he comes to knock you out. So yeah, entertaining fighter, and he's been doing well on the BKFC. Obviously, had his fight with Danny Christie, but yeah, he's had, I think, six fights, something like that, on the BKFC now. He's had quite a few anyway, or he's had 6 bare knuckle fights that I know of at least. So yeah, he's done bare knuckle, he's done MMA, 100 fights nearly. So yeah, perfect fight really, in terms of matchmaking. And it's a fight that I always thought that I would fight him in MMA, like years and years ago. We're on a few shows together and stuff. We're always, you know, in the same circles in MMA. So I thought we're definitely going to end up fighting, and we just never did. And then coming into bare knuckle, I thought this fight's going to end up happening. So when after I'd fought John Ferguson in the BKFC, Roundy actually made a video saying that I were on his list of. He's got a list. The man's got a list of people he wants to fight, and I was on that list. It was me and, you know, Danny Christie and a few other people. So I thought, oh, that's going to be the next logical fight. I'm going to end up fighting David Round. And then he fought Christie instead, and then I had knee surgery, I had the time off. So, but yeah, he's come back around. I think it's a fight that's destined to happen. And yeah, we're going to do it old school UFC style. No gloves. And yeah, I won't go into the exact details of all the rules and everything, but it's bare knuckle MMA at the end of the day. It's bare knuckle MMA. We're going to do... I wanted to do no time limit originally, but in terms of promoting a show, if you're the promoter and you've got a fight that's no time limit, that's not ideal, because it could be an absolute snooze fest, drag on for too long. There's just too many logistical problems with it. So we're just going to do, instead of doing 3 5s, we'll just do a 15-minute round. So I think that's a fair way to do it. There's a 15-minute time cap, no individual rounds. It's just one round, and you know, no points or anything like that, no judges. So if it goes the distance, you know, we shake hands and it's a draw. But with my finish record, so in MMA, I've got I think a 90% finish record, and David Round has the same. Mine are more of a mix of submissions and TKOs, whereas Round is all TKOs and KOs, I believe. So, in fact, the only 2 fights I've had in MMA as a professional that went the distance were on the same night. So that's a bit of a mad fact. So out of all my wins, so I've got 20 wins in professional MMA. I've won 18 of them by finish. And the 2 that went decision were on the same day. I went the distance, and then I fought again a few hours later and went the distance again. So, yeah, that was a fucking tough night. But there you go. So that's what's happening, July 12th. Hope you can be there. It's going to be an epic night. Obviously, there's going to be lots of other fights on the night. The show, Bad to the Bone, is a very good bare knuckle boxing show. I believe there's also going to be a big tournament on there as well, like a hybrid boxing tournament with MMA gloves on. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a massive event. It's at a great arena, the Connection Live Arena in Hull. which I think it used to be called the Bonus Arena. So yeah, it's going to be mental, and I hope to see loads of people there. It's going to be an epic day. So yeah, keep an eye on the socials. If you want a ticket, message me privately. I'm going to get all these injuries gone, and then start training, ready for 15 minutes of fury. So yeah, interesting times. But that's it. Again, nice day outside. Hope everyone has a good weekend, and I will see you all very soon.